Welcome to the Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Ground in North Sound, Antigua. Today's the day we've been waiting for, the finals of the Under-19 Men's World Cup here. Lots of excitement. I've got Carlos Brathwaite with me to preview this final. Carlos, good morning. How are you feeling?
Good morning. I'm good. Not as energetic as you, Alex, but it's a very big occasion and massive for 22 lads and a whole lot more watching around the world.
It will be the biggest day of these 22 young men's careers. Interesting, we've been on the ground in Antigua for 2 weeks, and it was the first morning, this morning, that we had rain as we woke up 6 o'clock. A lot of clouds in the sky still, but we should have a bright and sunny day. What do you know of the conditions out there today?
Well, a few of the locals tell me that there shouldn't be enough rain to wash it out.
Okay.
But definitely there will be a bit of extra moisture, not only in the air, but on the pitch. So whoever bats first needs to get through that tricky period with 2 new balls, first 10 over power play, and the extra moisture added with the rain around.
Well, England captain Tom Prest won the toss, decided they're going to bat first. What do you make of that decision for England?
Very positive. You're always looking for any little cue from the opposition or from your own teammates to see the kind of confidence levels, emotional levels, and that was a very positive move from him. If they can get through the first 10 overs, it should take the Indian spinners out of the game a bit more. It obviously flattens out a bit in the back end, in the second innings, but you prefer to bat the Indian spinners batting first than batting second when it gets a bit drier, a bit crustier, and does a bit more. So very smart, but also very positive.
Lots of wind here, if you can see anything from my hair. Quite a windy day as well. Interesting to see how the cricketers will use that to their advantage. England now. England, you would say they come into this final the underdogs. So, India have been immaculate so far. What will they be thinking? How will they approach this match, do you think?
It's going to be a showdown of spin, but I think England have some very good seam bowlers. They need to be very clear. Josh Boyden obviously has been exceptional for them up top. He'll need early wickets. The Indian top order has batted almost every team out of the contest. And if he can get 2 or 3 early in that first 10 overs in the second innings, the scoreboard pressure on the Indian middle order should prove enough, and then allow Bethel, Captain Tom Prest, and the trump card, Rehan Ahmed, who was so impeccable, showed so much character coming back from not a very good start to winning the game with the ball. I think that is how they win the game. Put a good total on the board firstly, that's most important, but Boyden getting early wickets and the others supporting him in the back end.
Yeah, that was a great semi-final for England. From an Indian perspective now, all pressure on them. They're 4-time holders, or winners, should I say, of the Under-19 World Cup. They're coming into this final looking very sharp, but no doubt they won't be taking anything for granted.
Of course not. They look very polished as a unit. They look very mature. People always talk about you always have a bad game in a tournament, and India would hope that they've had their bad game already, and this is not it. But yeah, they've looked far ahead of the pairs at this level in this tournament so far, and there's just one last go. 100 overs to get through, another polished performance, and you'd have to think that India come in as favourites, and if they play to the best of their ability, that they should win this game.
Carlos, the Under-19 World Cup has been so wonderful to watch, the future of the game we love. Maybe a few of the standouts for you on both of these teams. Let's start with India. They've got so many to pick from. Who's really caught your eye?
Angrish Raghuvanshi, I just love how elegant he is. Opening spot is very difficult, and the way he goes about his innings is just a treat to watch. He's very easy on the eye, always looks in control, regardless of how difficult the situation may be, whether pace or spin. He's someone that I'll have my eye on for years to come.
Just turned 17 as well. What about one person from England before we wrap up?
Jacob Bethel. They can't look any further than my Bajan and Warwickshire teammate. Yeah, he's just a sensational young man.
Yes.
And it translates itself on the cricket field, whether in a leadership capacity as vice captain, whether with bat in hand, as we saw against South Africa, or ball in hand, as we saw against Afghanistan. He's just a tremendous cricketer and professional, good human being, and I want to see him do really well today. Well,
we want to see them all do well. Thank you so much, Carlos Brathwaite. Thank you to you guys. I'm sure you're excited. We are building up here. Lots of excitement around this ground as we prepare for the final of the ICC Under-19. 189 on the board for England in this ICC Under-19 Men's World Cup. I'm thrilled to be joined by Charles Dagnall, finally. It's been a long tournament.
It has been a long
tournament. And I haven't spoken to you yet. I'm glad to have you here in the final. We heard from Samil Badri early with the pitch report that it was going to be a batting masterclass. What happened for England at the top?
Well, firstly, you're on a hiding to nothing doing a pitch report, because whatever happens at that pitch report, however you say a pitch is going to play, it's going to go the opposite way. I did one earlier this tournament, and it couldn't have gone more wrong. So I feel for Sammy doing the pitch report. Look, what went wrong? I think India bowled very, very well. I think they were potent with the new ball. I think there were some injudicious shots played by England. A couple of fantastic deliveries. The balls to get out Jacob Bethel, I think that would have got any batter in the world out the LBW. And I also think the one that George Bell got, that real snorter that lifted off a length from Raj Bauer, who was brilliant, by the way. Those two were bowler credit. As for the early batters, I think they just tried to feel for the ball a little bit. Nerves maybe have played a part.
Sure.
However, that, you know, England managed to get a partnership together eventually to give them some kind of total to try and defend.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Indian bowlers in a moment who've done brilliantly well. Let's talk about that James Drew innings and that 93-run partnership with James Sales.
Yeah, brilliant. And it's what it needed. England needed, when they were 91 for 7, they needed a period of calm. And that's exactly what they did. But whilst you're being calm, sometimes you can go into your shell a little bit and just be there defending and defending and can't break out. What I liked about the partnership is that they were proactive. They looked for singles that were available, obviously picked up anything loose that they managed to get to the boundary, but I did like their proactiveness. The running between the wicket was good, so you keep the scoreboard ticking over, and in so doing, just the shift in impetus of the innings from India being on the front foot to slightly on the back foot when that partnership was developing. Really clever and clarity, good clear thinking from the pair of them.
Yeah, and something for the English fans to celebrate here at Sir Vivian Richards. Now to that Indian attack. They have bowled out every side they've faced in the Under-19 World Cup. A 5 for Raj Bauer in the final.
Yeah, and this is the surprising thing to me. 9 of the 10 wickets to fall to seam. Raj Bauer with 5 wickets. Ravi Kumar, I like Ravi Kumar.
Yeah, he's been brilliant.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Both of them, Raj Bauer as well, getting some real steepling bounce, like his action, like his discipline. He looks like a classical bowler. And I think India have got a couple of stars there. But I'm a little surprised that spin didn't have more of a say. India don't care. They've got England out for 189, so they won't care how the wickets come. But it did take me by surprise, considering the spin options they have. I think when you're looking from England's perspective, I think they'll be surprised too. They would have been doing a lot of preparation for the spin that India had in their stocks, but surprised by the way that India's seam bowlers have bowled. What they can do in this second half is take a look at and take stock of how India bowled, that new ball. Yes, Ravi Kumar is left-arm swingers. England have got a good one in Josh Boyden. So will they bowl from the same end? Will they bowl from different ends? They'll be hoping for similar types of results. But the key thing is your disciplines. Don't go searching for wickets. They will come. You put enough balls in the right areas, ask the right question of the batters, and wickets will come. So it's not down and out for England by any stretch. 189 is a target on the board. They've got them on the board. India have to now go and get them. And it's going to be an interesting way. You'd still back India in this scenario. Of course you would. Got a fantastic batting lineup. Having said that, funny old game, cricket, isn't it?
It is, and this is an Under-19 World Cup final, so anything can happen.
Anything can.
Thank you, Charles Dagnall.
Absolute pleasure.
All right.
Once again, we want to say congratulations to the
One word.
Congratulations for placing second this afternoon.
Like I just cannot describe the feeling right now. But yeah, everyone has worked hard for this tournament. congratulate every Indian for this. It's really a good.
You bowl every team in the competition out. What does it mean as a bowler?
Yeah, it was a whole different experience for me. I've learned a lot of things from this tournament. And yeah, as a bowling unit and as an individual, we guys have worked really hard for this. And yeah.
Congratulations, bowl your friends.
I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. Remember, we got entertainment later. So in the meantime, let's have a ball.
Congratulations, 5-time champions of the world. How does it feel today?
Anybody
I don't
visit
have words to
Dagnall
express
right
now.
now?
It's just top of the world feeling. And I'm really happy and proud for these guys.
You guys bowled every single team out in this tournament. A word on your bowling attack.
I think the bowling has done superbly well. The way everybody bowled was magnificent. Each and everybody's contribution was the most important thing. And we did it like a unit.
Wonderfully. Tell India how you feel right now.
Come on, India! Come on!
How are you guys doing? How are you doing?
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Everybody!
My gosh, you have stood out a fifer again in the final. How does it feel?
It feels great every time I contribute for the country. It feels great, whether it is a final or any game. It's a great feeling.
All right, and a fifer in the final.
Yeah, it's extra.
What is this? I've never felt like this before.
Can you describe it?
No, I actually got it.
All right, say something to your fans back home. They're proud of you.
Thank you for all your support. We couldn't have done it without you.
Well done.
Thank you.
I hope you get that audio. I hope you get that audio. Let me tell you why. I asked him how he felt. He said, unreal, unreal. I've never felt like this before, and I cannot describe the feeling. It's been a 4-year wait for their 5th title. India, under 19 champions of the world. We're on the live. Look who it is. Vivian Saxman are right here. We're going to do something proper with you, but this is live to the world.
Oh, okay.
How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great. I think the boys have really worked hard. Credit to the coaching staff, because we all know because of COVID, last 2 years has been very tough for age group level of players. They haven't played too much of cricket, but they just got together 2 months before this tournament. The way they prepared, the way they've shown improvement, was exemplary. And middle of the tournament to be tested positive, 64 players, and the two important players tested positive. But the resilience, the positive attitude they showed was really good to see.
Would you say that is one of the things you're most pleased with?
Absolutely. This is the start of their journey as a professional cricketer. Winning is important, but I think what they have learned in this tournament is something which will hold them in good stead going forward in their careers.
Lastly, you've been so dominant at this under-19 level. How do you keep producing such world-class under-19-year-olds?
I think there's a structure, and BCCI has to be complimented because there's so much of exposure, so much of opportunities for age group level players to play, right from under 16 level. That's why this win is very special, because last 2 years, because of COVID, there hasn't been too much of matches or exposure for these kids, and that's why this win is very special for them.
They still show their class. Congratulations, VVS. Congratulations, India.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations on your 5th title here on the 19th World Cup Champions. What are you most pleased with about this campaign?
It was fabulous because, we played as a team. We really combined well. There were great performances along the way, but I think we played together, and that really meant a lot.
It's hard not to use superlatives, but bowling out every side in this competition, that must make you very happy.
Yeah, that feels very good. It flatters you, and that means we were able to execute plans throughout the tournament. So yeah, it feels good, and the roadmap is right. That's what it tells you.
Well, let's talk about that roadmap. I mentioned to BVS, what is it about India that you keep producing such high quality youngsters year on year?
It's just the love of the game at a very young age, and so many boys playing. It's that interest in the game, and it's the role models they have. The Indian team has some fabulous players, and these guys look up to them. So I think that's the reason.
Well, the world is watching, and you had a lot of fans around the world, so maybe a word to them for their support over the tournament.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a long journey, and the fans 100% behind the team on social media as well. Wherever we check, they're all backing us. Plus the BCCI, the NCA, all the staff, who work backstage and who don't get a mention. I think they've done a fabulous job for all of us.
Congratulations, Hemant. Congratulations, Team India.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Right, guys. All sorts of action still happening here at Sir Vivian Richards. The atmosphere is electric, as you can feel. But that's it from us here live. India are our 2022 World Champions, under-19 champions of the world. Congratulations to them. Well done, England, and commiserations. Bye for now.